My name is Helen Hughes and I head up the Stevens and George Centenary Charitable Trust here in Merthyr Tydfil. In 2012, all the schools in Merthyr went into special measures, so 40% of Key Stage 2 children were said to be functionally illiterate. If children don't have reading and writing, then they have limited life chances. It's really much a project that is supporting the community. We see about 2,500 people a week here. These buildings are so important to people because if we don't have them, people don't have people to go to have role models. I've gone from being homeless to living in social housing, and I hope that people see me and think, oh, Helen was homeless, Helen was a single parent, she was ill, she had a tumour, she's achieving. People deserve to have the best. Every young child and everybody in the community needs to have the best life possible. And the volunteers are the core of everything. This is a massive, great example of a community which has problems and the community finds solutions. And volunteers come in and we all work together to find things. It's a team. I want every young child to dream.
My name is Roon Adam. I work as an advice service manager at Race Equality First, and I support Black and ethnic minority communities who live in Cardiff and Neville and the surrounding areas. I started working in the community 20 years ago as an interpreter. I speak on behalf of the minority ethnic community with regard to any issue that they might be facing with maybe housing, maybe benefit, maybe knowing where to go and how to apply for things. Activities we run here is exercise classes, swimming sessions we did, language support we provided to engaged Black and ethnic minority groups around us that we're trying to serve. It's important because we provide a voice for those who need it most. I came here to the UK like so many women who just arrived to the UK, don't know where to go and they didn't know the language. I had to overcome a lot of barriers to be who I am and where I am at the moment. I feel like I'm a good role model for other women of my ethnicity and my religion, as well as young girls as well, to know that there is nothing hard to achieve in life.
I'm Jessica Evans and I run a campaign for improved miscarriage care in Wales. I had 2 miscarriages before I had my first little boy. William went on over 4 to 5 years to have 4 more losses. Along came Ollie. It was quite a shock at the time to realise that you had to go through 3 losses in a row before they'd actually offer you any support or investigations as to why it might be happening. When I first started, I contacted Tommy's, who are a kind of baby loss charity, and their suggestion was that I start a petition, which I did. And that petition's still running. We've got nearly 4,000 signatures now. I wrote a report on the situation with miscarriage care in Wales, and it was debated in the Senate. I'm working on kind of a bereavement steering group at the moment. I've sat as a patient representative on task and finish groups, having somebody influence kind of the standards of care, the procedures that are in place, who kind of understands what impact they will have on the receiving end, I think is absolutely vital. As far as I'm concerned, if one person gets better care than they would have done before we started, then we've achieved something really meaningful and worthwhile.
I'm Lynn Kelly, I'm Chair of Haemophilia Wales and I run Haemophilia Wales as a charity from my home. We provide support to around 900 people with inherited bleeding disorders in Wales and their families. We also support transfusion victims who'd had infected blood in the 70s and 80s. I have 3 sons with haemophilia. I realised that there was a gap in regards to supporting families, particularly in Wales, with newly diagnosed children with haemophilia. People desperately needed just personal contact and support from people who were in the same position. I really enjoy it because I'm viewed as an old mother now. My children are my boys are all grown up and they're in their 20s and 30s. But I just love to be able to say, look, my boys are doing really well, and when they're diagnosed, you think it's the worst thing ever. But you can learn to deal with it and you can cope. We have all these new treatments on the horizon. It's real hope for people, and so I love that because I just feel, well, we've had a difficult history with haemophilia, but for today, you know, the future's looking bright for our children.